everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Thinking Out Loud podcast. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by. I have another special guest here on this episode, my friend and colleague. Many of us know him as Dr. Quest. You can call him D-Quest, D-Quest Media, D-Quest everything. But This is Dr. Dipo. Ojo. Augustus.
I've not actually put my official name out there for a long time.
Right. He's always D-Quest everywhere,
Doctor.
For personal reasons.
First reason is that everybody knows that I'm very active on social media. You know, I post a lot. I have all my pictures there as a storage, and I post some things that are not really reasonable, So I don't want my name, like if you Google me and my name will just come out, all my pictures will come out like that. So
that makes sense.
It was for
so conscious trying to hide reasons. Your tracks.
Yeah, conscious reasons. That's why whatever you see on social media, you only see D-Quest. And that's it. It's a brand actually.
It's a brand.
It's a brand, and it used to be D-Quest. And when we started working, I was like, should I just throw this brand away because we put so much?
I don't think you should. It has come to stay.
Actually. Actually, it's come to stay.
That was already a brief introduction. We went to University of Debrecen together. For those of you who do not know,
from hearing that name, Debrecen, I have trauma, PTSD.
We went to University of Debrecen together. We studied medicine. We graduated the same year.
Actually, you graduated.
No, you graduated before me.
Really? No. You graduated because you went for masters, right?
No, that was next year now. I did June. You did.
I graduated.
I did September. You did June. Were we close? We're not really close.
No, we could be close, but not so.
We're like OGs. Everything was very small.
The biggest OG, forget that.
Everything was very small, and like how when I came in 2010. When did you come to Hungary?
I know I'm not revealing this on your podcast. Sorry to say. But the thing is, just know my age. I'm going to be 40 in a couple of days. So you can gauge it by the age.
I was trying to talk about like when I came to Debrecen and how we started off. He was a very good party organizer. The name D-Quest came from the entrepreneurship part of him. So we're going to be focusing a bit on that entrepreneurship part because that was also a major part of your medical school journey.
Yeah.
While you were in medical school.
I mean, when you're talking about the entrepreneurship part, it brings emotions to being because some people do not know that when I was making those parties, it was actually a way of survival.
D-Quest.
I mean, the beginning was fun, Actually, it started from question.
Question media. Is it
question
media or
mark.
Entertainment? Question mark. Yeah.
And we were a couple of friends. We came together and we wanted to make like Nigeria independent. I don't know if you already came to our.
I was not there for the first one. I was there for the other one.
Yeah, but the reason for that name was that we wanted to make events and be behind the scenes and nobody knew about. So I'm still riding with the name. Basically, what happened is that we came up and we decided to start the first event and we just wanted to make like Nigeria independent, and it was nice. The first one, we really made money, So the next year we were like, let's take it further or more.
Have you always had this entrepreneurship part of you right from childhood, or it's just you saw an opportunity and decided to hop on it?
If you say generally as an entrepreneur, maybe not, but as an entertainer,
so you were always.
Yeah, I'm actually very calm and shy behind the cameras, behind events. People who know me really know that. But I remember there was one incident, like my brother wanted to celebrate his birthday. I was the one organizing the DJs and everything. That's the only experience
that you had.
Yeah, I mean after secondary school, when you want to throw like
close parties.
Yeah, like once you just finished secondary school, like there was an incident. Like I had some friends that I wanted to make a graduation party.
Okay, so you've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. Even if you failed, the idea is that you still had the experience. You knew what it was like.
I mean, party is basically putting people together in one place to have fun. That's what.
But there's still a lot more that goes behind it.
If you have passion, you would will do whatever it takes to put people together. That's what it is. You know?
Okay, so how did this affect your medical school journey?
I've not always been the 5-star.
It's not
student.
about that, but like, were you still able? Like, did you have time?
That's what
Okay.
I'm getting to.
Okay.
Like right from secondary school, I was not the best science student. I was always struggling. Sometimes I did not even attend the classes. And when I had to do like I had to study by myself because I had a lot of missing classes. So the only option was to go to the dining hall. I bought the Ababio textbook and chemistry textbook. I was studying by myself. One of my classmates, his name is also Ojo. You understand? He was very smart. My father went to check the result in my office. He came back and he was like, "I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you." I'm like, did this man check the right result? Because I'm sure it wasn't my. I went to the school. I was like, it's actually my result. And I called the other Ojo. I'm like, have you seen your YX result? You know? He was like, yeah. Are you sure it's not your YX result? So if I focus, I would be. Yeah, but I'm not the one trying to just pick up the grades, you know.
You just want to move forward.
I just want to move one step, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Apart from the partying part, were there other businesses that you really wanted to, delve into? I know you also had like the Quest Records. You wanted to.
No, yeah. But those the Quest Records or Panda Agency.
Oh yeah,
they were as a result of in everything. Let's say it's a virgin land. You know, when you start creating things in the entertainment, it will lead to other things. You will see options. So the Panda Agency was basically somebody saying, "Oh, I need a black model from Budapest for a video shoot." So I was like, let me just
put something together.
Yeah, put something together, like contact somebody. And we created a contract, and she went to shoot the video. I was like, okay, this could actually be an opportunity for African women in.
So you're an opportunist, like you are okay. Let me not say you're optimistic. You kind of also look.
If you check my Instagram, I'm Pan-Africanist. I believe in supporting anything that has to do with African growth. That's in my heart, and that's what drives me. I have Africa Award.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So there were also award shows apart from the party.
Afrobeats. It has everything. If you hear it, it's Afro. You know, I love African women. You know, I love my sisters. You know, and I believe we have to
promote our culture.
Yeah, we have to. It's a small community. The Hungarians, we are in Eastern Europe. You know. They don't really know us. And whatever we do, the way we dress, the way we speak, the way we talk, you're able to represent yourself well. That's how you can project yourself to educate the people where you live in.
Let's go into the medical aspect.
Yeah.
So what would you say was your major challenge in medical school?
And attending classes. I hate administration. That was my problem because from the first year, the first subject where I failed was, I think,
biophysics.
I got
medical chemistry.
Medical chemistry. And I was surprised because biophysics was more difficult because it was new to us. So I got a 2 in biophysics. I was like, oh, well. Then chemistry came. Immediately, I told my dad, I don't think I can do this medicine. So I went to UK. I stayed there. I was like, I'm not coming back to Hungary. Like, continue. Then recent university, guys are hard. All those things, what's the name of that man, the anatomy egg, that they will be timing you to go into the lab. Yeah, if you don't get there on time, they'll shut
they'll close it
so
down.
all those things, they affected me,
like the protocol, the rules and everything.
Rules, I mean, medical school was difficult for everybody. It was more difficult for me because I break rules. But breaking rules sometimes helped me.
So did you always want to do medicine? Because you already had a source, you were exposed to entrepreneurship, entertainment. Why didn't you just stick to that? Why did you decide to come to medical school?
No, medicine was before entrepreneurship. I think, medicine, if you do not have a plan, then you wouldn't go to science class. You wouldn't. Yeah, so medicine was always there. Going to science class, I was trying to run because my father, may so rest his peace, was a banker. So So I wanted to be like him, but he did not want me to be like him. So I wanted to go into commercial. So I even tried.
Tell me your mother was a nurse.
No, my mom she was more like a teacher. Once we started doing that accounting, I couldn't balance accounts. I still have a problem with money. I don't know how to manage money very well. I was like, it's better to just go for biology, So then I switched to science. Then it hit me when they started that further mathematics. I tried, to do further. That was the first F I got, but we made it.
So while you were in medical school, right, did you see yourself practicing?
And towards the end, I had a very tough, but because of lack of organization, that was my basic problem. And when I started med school, there was no Neptune system. That time you had to always register your subject manually, I was about to start my 6th year, and before you start, you take your lecture book to the administrator, and they will check everything is correct. And they checked my lecture book, and they found out that bioethics, was missing. They were like, bro, you have to go back to second year.
Because of bioethics.
But
it wasn't a compulsory course. It was compulsory.
My dad had already paid for the final year, so I took the money and second year tuition is definitely more expensive. I paid for that. I had to wait 1 semester. The funny thing is there's no exam for the bioethics.
Yes.
You just have to attend it, Yeah.
The funny thing is they will not tell you these things.
It's a business school.
They won't tell you. You have to be very hands-on and get the information that you need. If not, it will pass you, and when it's time to actually move on, they will remind you that, hey, go back.
And I did not know that little mistake will lead to a big mistake in my life. And that was the year I lost my father, the supporter and everything. Of course, a lot of family issues, personal issues, trying to find money. That was when I triggered up trying to make more parties, to make more money. But the party is just enough.
Just to get by.
Yeah, it's not going to make you rich or something.
So how did that inspire you? Did you want to quit?
Yeah, I wanted to quit. At the time, I wanted to quit. I was like, at that time, actually, party was doing good. I was like, why am I even doing this mess?
You obviously did not quit because you graduated, right?
Yeah, I'm working.
What motivated? Before we get to the working part, what motivated you to keep pushing, like to finish it? Because with the state you were in, I can tell that.
No, I went through hell. It's a lot of hell.
So people believed in you. Would you say that?
Yeah, people.
Just to give like a rough.
I study. I'm a good student when I study.
Okay. And then you finished.
Yeah.
How was the journey like after medical school?
Before
getting a job. In fact, first of all, what made you stay in Hungary?
Those tough times
shaped you.
Yeah, those tough times shaped me, and I was even kicked out of Hungary. I had to go out of Hungary and go back to the drawing board, And that was when I met my wife, and we got married, and we got married in Nigeria, and
came back.
Yeah, I came back. The baby was there. See the baby growing. You're still in school. Yeah, like baby needs to eat, Even when I finished, it was just like a big sign of relief. Now we can do what we really want to do. But
so you stayed because of your family?
I stayed because of my daughter.
Okay. You started in Debrecen. You started working in Debrecen first?
The first place I worked on paper was my wife's mom's company. First, I applied to the ENT department in Debrecen. In Debrecen, they will pay you.
It's also competitive as well.
Yeah. One thing I noticed, now I have experience, as a foreigner, to get into the clinics. There are major hospitals in small cities, and there are clinical hospitals.
Yeah.
Debrecen is a clinical hospital. You have Semmelweis, you have Szeged, you have Pitch. So those positions majority are left for the Hungarian citizens. So to get into it, you must have good grades, or you must have connections to actually get into those.
That's a good thing. That's a good point that you raised. So do you really think that like the grades actually matter when you're trying to get a job as a doctor?
It depends on who is behind the other side of the interview. Sometimes they use the grade to eliminate you. Sometimes it doesn't count. In my case, it did not count. Nobody looked at my grades, I mean, once you're a doctor, Nobody can take that that away from you. Doesn't matter how long it took. Say doctor, you're a doctor.
I also think it's very unnecessary that they check the grades because it's not really a measure of how much you know. Because especially in medical school where our exams were oral, sometimes your exam grade is basically determined by who your examiner is. You might not know a lot and they give you a 5. Cool. And you might know so much and the guy is like,
what about
basic, so you give you a 2.
The examiner could have a bad mood at that day. You could have a bad grade from that. So it doesn't
So I don't think that it's important that they usually check, the grades. There are also exams that you need to write. If you're going to the UK, you have to write PLAB. If you're going to US, you have to write USMLE. So those are the ones that they probably won't focus more on.
I think language is even more important.
Like for European countries too,
language is very important now.
Did you ever study any language?
No, just
Did you attempt German?
I attempted German for a few weeks. I couldn't.
But then again, you're speaking a language now, so.
I mean, this one is due to you learning that word. Again, I'm not still perfect, but we're still learning. And
I also learned what I know in Hungarian from working. I knew I would learn more at work.
I remember when you started, I also would be crying like this language. Oh yeah, actually you picked up.
I had to. Sometimes they will say a lot of things to me. I'm like, I don't understand. I'll just like again. Okay, so it's a little testimony here because I'm not shy to give all the glory to God. I remember this was COVID period. I just finished masters. And the reason I even moved to Budapest was not even to look for a medical job. I was supposed to have an interview with another company. So I wanted to be settled to make sure that I'm ready for that interview, and then if you want to sign contract, like I already have an address. That's why I moved like immediately I graduated.
Wow.
I moved and then I heard nothing from them. No call, no follow-up.
They did not contact.
Nothing. They didn't contact me. I sent emails. Nobody contacted me. So I remember that day I was with my friend Frida. Obviously I started praying, but for some reason I was calm. The only time when I start getting anxiety is when I think of my permits. That fateful day, Frida had gotten her own testimony for me.
And she was going to
her visa was ready. And she was like, oh, let's go and buy, because we're staying close to the African restaurant, let's go and buy food as we normally do. I said, please, we'll go later. I was just on the couch there. And I was like, okay, no, Frida, let's just go. So we went downstairs and we wanted to withdraw. But we're like, let's enter first to place the order, then go and withdraw money and come back. When we entered, we saw this young man there. And I'm like, what are you looking for in Budapest? Because we knew at that point he had started working in Shago. He said, we came to look for a job. I said, job again. The one that I said, job that you're already working is not enough for you. He said, no. In fact, the way he said they're looking for a full-time doctor, I said, you don't mean it. The way he just dropped it, I mean, that was a God confirmation for me. It was too random.
So let me explain to you how I got that job. It was COVID time, you're right, because I'm very active on Instagram. I was actually contacted on Instagram about that job. Like, they're looking for doctors. They were in dying need for doctors, So they contacted me like, we're looking for doctors full time. I was like, I already have a job. So I was like, do they need someone part time? Even my Hungarian too was still as bad,
But you gave me hope.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know Hungarian then.
Yeah, so I was like, let's just do it, We started doing it. Actually, that's what changed my life, those moments, by making those decisions, So anytime I finish working there, I'll just go to the African restaurant and eat. And that's how I met T.O.L.P,
And the job was like what I wanted. When you're so specific. Even when he told me, to be honest, I was still like, but the quest now. You're telling me so. You tell him that. I said, I'm serious. I want you to.
Actually.
You will now hear that.
But it's not available.
Not available. Don't worry about it. I'm just like, this one, I can't even trust you, but I'll still keep pushing. And I'm telling you, like, the next day, it was too weird that he was even very, very active. Like, you were very proactive. Unlike you.
Yeah.
And his wife too was also very helpful, like with the translation and everything. The thing about life is that you keep growing. And there are some things that you used to tell me that, because you don't know, just that sometimes you heard the shake, especially when we used to come back from work together. There are some things that you said to me then that I'm like, this guy, he has grown. Life has really shaped you.
You pick it.
I don't know. I keep it all. I keep it.
I don't settle for less. I remember those words.
Don't settle for less.
Don't
You
listen.
know,
Yeah.
you keep growing. This will not be your final bus stop. The
Yes.
fact that you're here does not mean that you will not want something bigger. As he said earlier in this podcast, you take it one day at a time. I really was taking it one day at a time. And also, do not fall for the pressure, because there is pressure around you. Everybody is giving you advice, but you need to be focused on what you want and take it one day at a time.
It's your own journey. Just focus.
And that's how you were really, really focused, to be honest. And that's why I told you, don't even make a mistake to divert and say you want to go. I'm not saying it's not possible to still do entertainment on the side, but this
I'm
is
focused
really.
though. I'm like, I see my residency like medical school again, and I don't want to go through that pain I went through medical school.
That really shaped you.
Yeah, so those pain of medical school, like, because it's 6 years medical school, 6 years residency.
The complications that even come is part of life.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has the point where they fall down. The same way you're looking at me now, I'm not even still in my element.
Come on.
You always want something more.
Of course, don't settle for less and don't stop where you are, you know?
Yeah.
You could have this now, you could have another thing later on. So don't stop.
It's very interesting. That's why you really have to focus, because you think that people are not looking up to you or people are not admiring you, and you're beating yourself up. Again, you have to be grateful for where you are at.
And people see you. People can actually see your growth. People can see how you're developing.
And it looks easy to them, but they don't know behind the scenes.
Sometimes I think also you have to notice that people are also focused on their own challenges too. So even though they are seeing what you are doing, they are also struggling. They are trying to fix their own lives too, you know. So
Dipo went from being the party organizer, not as if anybody really tagged you as the one that graduated late, but okay, maybe he's not really focused, doesn't want to do this medicine. Nobody thought. Oh, by the way, he's a surgeon. If I did not mention earlier, he's a vascular surgeon. Nobody in this life imagined that Dipo, of all people, will be focused in medicine. Talk less of now doing surgery, where like you have to be extra focused. Money.
And I do my job diligently.
He went from that, I want to just make money, to actually giving people opportunities to like linking people up to jobs. You know, when anybody graduates, they always contact him. Oh, I want a job. He was messaged maybe his director or his HR or something. So there are a lot of people that are working in his hospital at this point because of him. The moral of this story is that when God blesses you, don't forget to bless other people, no matter how small and tiny.
What's the point of being the only successful person in it? I've always been like the one who like want to put people into whatever I'm doing, but doesn't mean you should not pay my gate ticket. I'm strict when I'm doing business. Even sometimes like when I'm driving you, I'll say you need to fuel the car, you know.
When you surround yourself with people that understand your importance in their life, it's reciprocal. So it's not always one-sided. There are also times where we go out and you're the one paying the bill for food. I'll be comfortable doing it because I know that he can do it as well for me. So it's not like, okay, because you help me now, you want to be milking me dry. The reason why this man is here today, or this man is still my friend today, I don't forget easily. I don't forget people that have helped me along the journey. And it's not just helping me, it's also building that friendship in how they've helped you. There are some people that will help you and expect you to lie down on the floor for them.
No.
You know, now that you've started practicing, now you're almost done with residency. How has that been for you? How has the residential journey been, like being as a medical doctor?
I mean, the first 2 years was COVID period, and when I got my job, because of my lack of Hungarian language, immediately most of the residents were in the COVID ward. For me, because I couldn't speak, they like, you go inside the surgery room, and since then I went in and I never came out. So that sharpened my skills, you know. I have a very good boss.
I was just about to say.
Yeah, I have a very good boss where I live. It's like my brother. Like,
guys, medicine is not all that bad.
Yeah. So I got lucky, you know. I got lucky. I could tell him my personal issues. He even asked me every time, like, I have personal issues. He's like, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. Just keep on going and everything. But when you talking about colleagues, I have some good colleagues, some bad colleagues too, you know. There are some people that feel like because of your lack of language, you don't know anything. And that's when I was telling you, don't even listen to them, just keep on going. Because you are more exposed than them. You know, they've not actually seen what you have seen. Not to put anybody down, you know.
But at least you have that environment where like the person that is your boss.
Yeah.
Is what he says that goes, right? It's also somebody that acknowledges when you're growing in your field.
I mean, now that I just traveled to Sege, I also saw a bit of oppression, you know.
So different from your environment.
In my hospital, it's either my boss, me, no problem. But in Sege, you come in as a guest resident, and what do you know? And sometimes if you show your skills, you might be showing too much. But it's always good to have a good psychological. I'm very good in psychology, you know. Sometimes you can see that person is trying to oppress you. I don't get bothered by it, you know. Like, if you don't want to give me the surgery, I might just cross my hand and watch. And I don't feel pain about it. They're like, this guy is not feeling pain, I'll watch you. If you want me to work, I'll work. If you don't want me to work, I will not work.
It's still your problem.
It's still your problem. So if you are able to just take all those things, you just keep on going in your life. I mean, this is part of life. Some people, that's all they have to oppress you. That's the only opportunity they have to oppress you, because you smell better than them. I'm always perfumed up like you. I'm always swagged up. I'll never change the way I blink.
Yeah.
You know, I'll never change.
There's envy as well.
Yeah, I'm going to hospital like this, dressed up, nice, you know.
Your nice car.
Yeah, like, who are you?
Yeah,
I work for it, you know.
So how have you been able to walk back to back every day and not drop?
Working is not a problem for me. I love to work.
So you like that structure?
Yeah, I love to work. I'm a hard worker. I sometimes you get very tired. Like the most stressful part of my part is driving a lot. I love my job. I love what I do, and it's very important. I did not even get to do vascular surgery. It was just like a mistake. That was the only opportunity open.
So you didn't even know what you wanted to do specifically?
I only wanted to go like neurology because of Chiba, you know. And like neurology, like, oh, there's vascular surgery, try it, you know. I got passionate because of my boss, the environment, and I can see what I'll become in the future. It's all written there. You can see it.
You can see the vision.
Yeah, you can see. I know where I'm going to be. I know if I really stay in Hungary, where I'll be in the next 5 years, you know. So I know my position.
And this is thanks to having a good boss, and a good working environment. Not saying that the colleagues they will not be bad colleagues, but you see how the environment has actually made him fuel his dreams, fuel his passion. But as you kept on working there, and obviously with your boss actually encouraging you, even telling you that, oh, Dipo, you're improving, you're doing very well. So it's not even about money, because I said in the last podcast that sometimes it's not about money to recognize somebody that is growing. It's just a word of encouragement that says, oh, I can see that you're actually putting in effort, or I can see that you've improved from the last time that you started. It goes a very long way than just always trying to tear the person down or cheat the person or trying to make the person feel like they're not good enough despite every effort coming to work every day.
Another thing I would like to say before we go through this podcast is that no matter when you start working, or never change yourself just because of your job, you know. Never try to become somebody else. Just be yourself. Like when I started working, some people like, don't post. I'm still a poster. I'll post on my social media. They see. I still try to be myself. I don't hide who I am, you know, and like this is who I am, and I'll continue to be like that.
So that actually helps. Knowing who you are, it will help you to stay focused regardless of the stones and distractions, because sometimes these jobs, if you're not firm in who you are and who you believe yourself to be, you will just change who you are. You can either succumb to them or you become very aggressive.
It's who you are that makes people love you and want to work with you. How you are. People will read you. They will know you after they start working with you. They can even see your heart. You understand what I mean? Sometimes, even though you don't speak the same language, they know who you are.
So the last point I'm going to touch on this, or maybe the second to the last point, how is it like working two jobs as a doctor? Because clearly one job is not enough.
I mean, two is not enough. You only have 24 hours. And you have to sleep how many hours?
6 to 8 hours.
Sometimes, and you want to quit. When you think about the hours, to be sincere, it's not enough. Especially in a country like Hungary, everything is bills, you know. Everything.
In every country though.
Every country is bills, you know, but at least let's earn euros, you know, or dollars.
Right,
you know?
That would make things a bit easier for us.
I mean, you could earn okay in Hungary, and you could earn better in other countries, but you could also live well in Hungary too if you know what you're doing, you know. But it's not enough. To be sincere, the goals that we set for ourselves,
medicine cannot give it to us.
It cannot give us.
No matter, except you want to walk like a dog.
I mean, I know you. When I say us, you know, I know where you want to go. You understand? And the goals, just don't want to live in an apartment.
Yeah.
You just don't want to. It's not about. I have goals for my life, you know. So, and when I'm talking about medicine, it's not only medicine in Hungary, medicine all over the world. I mean, we'll get there
Eventually.
Yeah.
But don't kill yourself.
Yeah, don't kill yourself.
Don't kill yourself. And your mental health is very important. So just be strong enough. If you can do 2-3 jobs, then fine, good for you. Last words that you want to tell the people, advice to people that have graduated and looking for jobs, you know, and just in life in general, not just in Hungary, anyway.
I remember before I graduated, I was very in desperate need, so I was applying for jobs. I applied to one private hospital in Derry, and the CEO was the one who replied me, not even graduated, you know. I said, if I were you, I'll focus all my life on graduating. Then I will start applying for a job. And that time I took it as an offense, you know, because I was desperate, you know. But now if I look at it,
you're a risk taker.
Yeah.
So risk taking, and you're also very open minded. Like again, you did not have a specific specialty that you wanted to go into. So
I mean, life will take you wherever it wants to take you, anyways. You know, so just open your options
and start with what you have. Like start where you are at. Look around you. What is
and don't keep short.
Yeah, speak up.
Talk
to someone.
Yeah, talk to people.
If you need help, reach out to someone.
Don't hold it to yourself.
Don't be afraid to reach out. If they don't respond, that's okay. Keep it moving. And when you get that help, don't be stingy with your own help. Help other people as well.
Yes, let's have more doctors. Not only doctors, because there are not only doctors in
healthcare professionals everywhere.
I'm talking about Hungary now. Let's all help from every field. The more we have more successful people the more we have a community, the more we have more successful people in our community, and we have voice. And we can
open doors for other people.
Yeah, we can open doors, you know. I have a question. How much are you making now?
Where?
You're very rich.
I'm still trying to come up. Please, if you are watching this podcast, please come and sponsor this podcast, because we have goals and we have dreams over here. We are trying to empower other people. We are trying to advise. We are trying to encourage people not to give up on their dreams, their passion.
It's actually a very nice podcast. You're doing well.
We're trying.
You're doing well.
Thank you for gracing my podcast. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
No problem.
Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast, because I really did, and I hope you guys learned something from this one. And if you're new to this channel, do not leave without hitting the subscribe button. Like this podcast or this video.
Where is the subscribe button?
I think it's here.
Which side?
This side, this down part. Share this podcast with your friends and your loved ones. I'm pretty much sure they're going to learn a thing or two from this one. And I'll see you guys in my next one.
Bye.
Bye.